Hey everyone, I'm David Finz, and on this episode of the Cyber Insurance Imperative, we're going to take a closer look at the proposed changes to the cybersecurity framework established by the National Institute of Standards and Technology. Now, before you tune out and say this is technical mumbo-jumbo, hear me out. If you want to understand cyber risk, you need to understand the NIST framework and what changes are in store, because everyone, from the underwriters offering this coverage to the regulators who bring enforcement actions against businesses, look to the NIST framework for guidance. These standards are like the laws of physics. You ignore them at your own peril. So what's happening? Well, on January 19th, NIST announced that it was planning to revise its cybersecurity framework with an increased focus on cyber defense. The updates to the framework incorporate feedback they received from stakeholders over the past year. Is the guidance voluntary? Sure it is, at least until regulators adopt the framework as their own and insurers incorporate it into their underwriting criteria. The framework provides best practices for businesses to follow, and now we can expect to see greater detail around risks to specific industry sectors, as well as guidance to help businesses manage the risks associated with supply chain and third-party service providers. NIST is hosting a virtual workshop on February 15th to discuss these proposed changes, and comments for an upcoming concept paper are due by March 3rd and can be submitted to cyberframework, one word, at NIST.gov. That's cyberframework at NIST.gov. Now, another area in which NIST is looking at taking on greater influence is around governance. The proposal includes creating a new govern function with the goal of addressing risk assessment, establishing cybersecurity policies and procedures, and delineating roles and responsibilities in managing cyber risk. There's a recognition here on the part of NIST that organizations have a responsibility not only to their employees and customers, but to the broader society in safeguarding their network and data assets. It's really about establishing a cultural mindset of cyber hygiene, and for students of history, it's reminiscent of the public awareness campaign around the attacks on merchant marine vessels in the early days of World War II, perhaps best known for the slogan, "Loose lips sink ships," or more recently, "If you see something, say something." Now, I encourage folks to stay abreast of these changes, but you don't have to wait for NIST to get to work on putting the right security controls in place. Alliant has compiled a checklist of over 24 preventative measures that you can begin taking right now to improve your cybersecurity posture and become a more attractive risk in the eyes of the underwriters. These items are prioritized to help you based upon the size and sophistication of your organization. And if you'd like a copy, you can DM me on LinkedIn or email me at david.finz@alliant.com. We can also put you in touch with qualified service providers that can help you deploy these controls on your network. And as I mentioned in the last episode of this program, your insurance policy may even offer a financial incentive to help you defray a portion of the cost for these upgrades. It's just one more way that Alliant helps you find the more rewarding way to manage risk. Thanks for watching.